Okay, it's a bit colder out here than it is in the chamber. Just popped out. The budget statement just finished. Here's the London Evening Standard. The West End final. Chancellor quits is the headline. Not that one. This is about Angela Merkel, and this is the famous budget red book, which contains all the detail which MPs like me now pore over to look at the things that are in the budget. The headline announcements for me, as a health minister, very pleased, of course, to hear confirmation of 20.5. Let's just say that again: 20.5 billion pound a year extra investment for the National Health Service. Also, £2 billion for a new mental health crisis team nationwide that I think is going to be really, really welcomed. Other stuff I like, well, the deficit reduction figures are excellent. 10% GDP deficit was under Labour. It's now down to just under 2%. That allows us to invest in the public services that my constituents really care about. There's extra money for schools, some capital spending for schools, which I know will be welcomed by primary schools and secondary schools in my constituency. Particularly pleased as well with the extra money on defence spending. Lots of defence jobs and defence contractors in our part of the world will be pleased to have heard that. Interesting to hear about the new UK digital services tax for online companies. The big Google, the Amazons, that they'll be paying an extra tax, which I think is right. That's all part of our levelling the playing field. And trailed over the weekend, but particularly pleased to hear confirmation around the changes to business rates. And for those with a rateable value of £51,000 or under, we will be taking a third of business rates from April, which I think will be very, very much welcomed. Some good stuff on the environment around plastics and our absolute determination to crack down on plastics in the environment, and stuff around cost of living. So freeze on fuel duty again, and he confirmed that we'll be raising the personal allowance to £12,500 from next year, manifesto commitment a year early. So austerity is coming to an end, is what the Chancellor said today, but financial discipline is not, because if we lose control of that, and that's exactly what we're hearing now in the chamber from Jeremy Corbyn, then we're back to square one, and all the hard work of my constituents in closing that deficit and paying down our debts goes to pot, and we can't invest in the public services. So my job now is to pore over the detail in the red book of the budget and find out what more there is in there for my constituents. More details on stevebrine.com.